What's up, fellow lords of gaming? Let's jump into this daily grind, this gameplay loop. By the way, guys, there is going to be a live stream on Monday with Danny Koo. I'm laughing about the live stream mostly because it seems like a big pile of dog doo-doo. They're asking for people to submit, you know, their favorite moments from the game so far, and it just seems like weird as hell. Like, I don't understand the nature of it, but that's just me. Could just be me.
Oh, it's you. Great.
You know, their favorite moments from all right, so core of intensity. All right. And the monthly check-in with some convergium.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so we got Lazarel, Mushu, and I can't even say that dude's name. This seems to be about the daily freaking reward cycle here, but Dark Zone event is starting, so it'll be hard for me to find any matches inside here, but I don't typically do Dark Zone right now because it's just a hell of a grind, and you guys can see I'm sitting at a 108 after last night's grind. Let me see. What do you got? Some daily squad. I usually always collect these because playing around inside Dark Zone is, or not the Dark Zone, inside Dark Domain, it's quite a bit. I still don't use any of these yet. I am going to probably collect these right now. Yeah, we will collect those. The mention boxes, I don't have any tokens, and I'm saving up for the 300 for that because it doesn't make sense to use those at all. And then I've told you guys in the past that these daily perks are probably some of the best perks in the game you can get, and they roughly account for about 400 crystals. You're basically looking at somewhere like, I think the price on them is pretty steep, but if you can afford it, I think it's probably one of the best purchases inside the game. Squad. Let's see. All right, there we go. Typically, I throw most of this stuff inside the storage. You can see that I'm just stacking up stuff here in the storage. So that these boxes, wait. Yeah. Okay. There was some boxes in here. These two boxes that we got from our alliance loyalties. I pop those open. All right, that was it. Let's pop those open right now, actually. Nice, a 4-star. Ah, god damn it, man. I'm tired of receiving these. It is what it is. But let's see. All right, so since we got those, let's see. Let's check into our alliance, get our check-in rewards. My alliance missions, I'm about 10 away from completing those duels, so I should be able to do it today and tomorrow, so I'm not rushing. I haven't been playing Dimension duels that much today, and then we've got the special operations with alliance members. I need to jump into that one. I recently joined X-Force. They've actually been a pretty good community in terms of like people gathering everybody up and trying to actually jump into game modes, which has been, you know, pretty nice. Excelsior was my last alliance, and you know, it was the alliance I joined, but it wasn't bad. Just nobody was actually, I don't know, nobody was actually playing inside the alliance really. Let's see. All right, that's it. So typically, guys, what I like to do is, since I don't have to worry about anybody, let's run through Chains of the Abyss. I don't care how many people I have for that. We'll just start with 2 people. I don't really need anybody else to do the Chains of the Abyss Blitz. I try to wait just in case, you know, there are 105s out there that still don't seem like they have the damage numbers. But I don't know. Right now, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it. So It is what it is. And yeah, so the gameplay here is pretty simple. I can auto most of this. I'll show you guys what my loadout is for this character. I'm still using Masters of the Mystic Arts, the Circular Shackles, so that way I can get the cooldown reduction, 7 Rings of Ragador, the Gateway Summoning, Gateway Launch, Vishanti Assault, and Tower of Mandalas. I feel like those are the best skills that you could possibly be using in the game currently. And then my specializations, I am currently using Dark Magic. I wanted to point this one out because a couple of people pointed out in the comment section how the attack value is going up. Attack is king, like I told you guys. And then originally a lot of us thought that the skill cooldown was coming down, but if you notice there's a negative in there. So it's actually decreasing our skill cooldown. But that's going to be by about 13.5% inside there. Meanwhile, if you look at like something like this right here, we're decreasing the remaining cooldown of all skills by about 22.5. So we're really only getting probably about a 7% cooldown on our skills. And then looking at this right here, the increase for the damage by the Master of the Mystic Arts. I didn't really need you to pull out specializations. Oh, I'm so stupid. I could have just pulled this up. And then we're increasing max damage rate. So if you were going to pop out from using that skill because you were really worried about the cooldown decreases and so forth like that, obviously max damage rate was something that I'm currently, like, I think that's a good one. So yeah. But if you're going to pull out from something like that, I think that there's other skills in here that you could use. Once you get, if you do get your cooldown to you know, the max level, the increase of max cooldown damage is one of those things. Dormammu right here isn't necessarily a difficult boss. The only thing that to me that really makes Dormammu difficult is his targeting, the targeting effect on us, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's pop this off right here. Yeah, I'm in the lead here. Okay. There we go. So if I target Dormammu, right, at certain times when he does certain things, it breaks the targeting, which is just like weird as hell. Like, I don't know why they do that. Like, even when you're doing the Dormammu event in the open world, that thing breaks away a lot. Like, look, my character just kind of walks away from him and turn his back on him. It's just weird. Extremely weird. So with this ball, just wait to the last second when you see it coming down to dodge. It's only attacking. The weird thing about that ball is it's only literally attacking one person. So I don't know if they intended that on purpose, because you're doing the faultine flames of faultine or faultine swords, and they're raining down on you, and those are area of effect. But that ball really is only attacking one person. Like, I've had that ball fall down and it wasn't designated for me, and it was perfectly fine. This part's a pain in the ass too, because you'll notice my character gets right up on him but never attacks. So I have to pull out and then start the attack on him from away. And if you click on a target, your character will try to move closer in on most occasions and just try to do that. I can tank most of this damage, but you got to be careful about using your dodge right here, because if you use your dodge, it's bad. What's up, Jai? How you doing, man? Oh, so it's weird because it's just bad. Like, if you try to use this on this part of the boss battle, yeah, it's just kind of fucked up. These, no real reason to dodge them. It's the things that happen after those that become dodgeable. What server you on, Jai? If you're on Omega Flight, you can jump on and we'll run some Blitz. So another day, no battle with 6-star battle badges. And you can see I only got 5 unstable conversion, or wait, no, is that the stable one? Yeah, and then 60,000 gold. That's fine. Really weird. At some point, I feel like I'm gonna have to get a freaking battle badge. Uh, what? That's European servers, right? The Titan 2 server.
A simple spell should do.
At some point, they're gonna have to give me a freaking god dang 6-star battle badge. As many of these I've played. But going back into specializations, if you don't want to use the dark magic Will to Destroy because it's giving you that decrease in skill cooldown, I would suggest looking at time manipulation waves. Oh, Australia. Man, I can't wait to have another trip back to Australia. I was there probably, the last time I was in Australia was 2002. Absolutely amazing. Like, Australia is an amazing place to visit. Yeah, I could not complain. Man, beaches, the nightlife was pretty awesome. The people were freaking great. I had some old dudes like literally buy me drinks like in a bar. Didn't know me from jump. And I had some Victoria bitters, the worst tasting beer that I think I ever had in my entire life. But I'm not even a drinker. At the time I was, but I'm not a drinker. And these dudes just bought me a freaking beer just off jump for no reason. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I got some stories about Australia from my visit there. Yeah, so had me reminiscing in my head for a second. But yeah, so looking at the specializations, if you, Jesus Christ, I forget how much this like cutscene scrambles you. Yeah. You guys are still in complete lockdown. Like you in I think Australia and New Zealand pretty much have the worst lockdowns right now. Like it was crazy when New Zealand was like they were gonna lock down for a single COVID outbreak case. I think that pissed a lot of people off. And y'all's lockdown seems real stringent too. Like you guys can't move about anywhere, right?
This will all be over soon.
Oh, yeah. Dormammu was just not that hard.
How magical.
Yo, what's up, Larry? Yo, bro, I like that reincarnated as a slime anime. I thought it was pretty dope. I'm skeptical about. Oh shit. All right, let's time this right because I don't know if it's attacking him or me.
Doctor is here.
Oh, you only got 2 more days for the lockdown, and then they're open everything back up.
This will all be over soon.
Yo, Larry, I re-downloaded Seven Deadly Sins last night, and I got 2 of those new characters. I'm probably gonna jump into that at some point this weekend and play it.
How magical. This will all
Yo, Jai, where you going? 2 days out. Where you going? Oh, come on, man. What the?
a simple spell should
And see, that like you can see my character right now being compelled to just go underneath Dormammu and not doing any attacks. It's annoying as hell, especially if you're not doing enough damage, because once he starts that the attack that happens right after these little blasts he does, that's when he almost definitely is gonna kill somebody. Let's see, maybe I get this 6-star battle badge. Doubtful. And no, 3-star battle badge, another 5 stable convergiums. Jesus Christ, man. All right, so we got a new player inside there, so a Spider-Man. I wish that they added something in here where you could like legitimately click on, you know, the player that's in here, so that way you can see what's going on with those players. Yeah, I might do some like joint washes. What's up, Karen? How you doing? Is that Karen like? Is that Karen like you a Karen, or is that like Quran? Karen Murad. All right.
A simple spell should do.
Oh, that's Spider-Man. Let me see. That looks like he's wearing an in-game costume. I can't tell. It looks like he's wearing an in-game costume. But anyways, looking at the specializations, if you're playing Doctor Strange, decreased damage from received nearby enemies is another really good one that you guys can jump into. Be honest with you, you really want to just focus on his cooldown. There's not a lot in here that you're really worried about in terms of having. So I don't know. This one right here would be an awesome skill, except that, like I said, it just, I don't know when you're gonna have 3 illusion magic class skills. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Oh, okay. Well, how am I supposed to know? What's your name? Why you don't have an account?
How magical.
Oh, let's see. Your sister's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be like, "Why you using my account to watch this corny ass mother sucker?" Oh man. But yeah, have you guys? This is crazy because I feel like I'm gonna keep playing this mode, this Blitz, and I'm never gonna get a 6-star battle badge. Yeah, you Karen. What's your name? Because you said your sister's name. Karen's your sister's name, but it literally says Karen Murad, so I don't want to keep calling you Karen if that's not your name.
How magical. The doctor is here.
All right, let's see.
Spell should do.
Oh, when did we get a 4th player inside here? I didn't even realize there was 2 caps inside there. God, Dormammu. Mohammed, you're from another land. Bro, we all from the same land. One land, one race. And God. Allah. However you want to say it.
Doctor is here.
Peace be upon you, bro.
Doctor is here.
Oh, shit. Guys. Jai, I don't think it's possible to get a 6-star battle badge. I've got a friends list of some of the top players in the game. There's been 2 days where I doubled down on Blitz and gotten nothing. Like it is not, it's not good. There's been like, yeah, legitimately 2 days where I refreshed the reward cycle so that way I could go back in hoping to get maybe at least one, and nothing. So I'm not in anticipation that I'm gonna get any of it. Matter of fact, like if I look at my, I can't look at my activity log where I'm inside there. I think I got the full complement of 5-star battle badges, but that's it.
Doctor is here. That is enough.
Your boy's still in the lead here, just killing it out. Yeah, Muhammad, download the game, bro. I appreciate you stopping by.
A simple spell should do.
It is too damn hard. Like, this is just ridiculous. This is why the one thing I did agree with from that post, that dev note, was that adding a way to craft battle badges in the game would be a good idea, but I still think addressing the problem with the drop rate should legitimately be there, but I don't expect that to happen, so we'll see. Damn, Daniel, you got lucky as hell then. Two green sockets? Oh, look, see, so I got another 5-star battle badge. That's my second. I already have this one. And typically, guys, if it only has one core, like that's it's worthless. like like one core. Like, what did he get? He got one with one core too. Like, that's not a bad badge because it got attack, critical rate, and defense pierce on it. But I don't know. I'm good. Like, just, I don't know, something about it just feels weird. I'm not, like, it's just weird. Like, every time I play Blitz now, it feels so unrewarding because at least when I was playing Maestro, I felt like I felt like the drop rates in Maestro were like the way better for the freaking battle badges. So, but here's the problem. Like, if I go inside my activity log, I still have other battle badges I need to collect. But am I going to collect those battle badges now? Because I'm not going to spend days wasting, you know, like, I'm trying to collect battle badges from here. What reason do I have to go play any of the other Blitz modes? I mean, I still haven't been able to purchase one of those yet from the shop. Which one do you have from the DZ? I feel like this is what we are about to see from the invasion mode. Like, me and Larry were talking about this the other day. It's going to legitimately be us doing multiple levels of Blitz all at once. Watch. Like, corrupt mages. It's the six-star one? Okay. I have to look that up in the what you call it. I would like to just get one. The one that I really need, if I'm being honest, like, looking at my battle badges, the one, like, you can see this is a 5-star one that I have equipped from there. I would like this to be the 6-star one, like the four one, because yeah, I'm using a 5-star because it was more powerful than the Jotunheim one that I have, because out of the Maestro collection, that's the only one I don't have. So I would like for it to be this one.
This will all be over soon.
Yeah, there it goes with this animation. That's been happening a lot lately. Have you guys noticed that happen inside the 105, where the ball, instead of actually falling, it just ends up disappearing? Doesn't seem like it's intentional, because it doesn't seem like it's happening if there's a guard break. It just like seems like it's random happening. Dormammu, I've come to Blitz. Give me a damn 6-star battle badge. That would be bonkers if they gave me that battle badge on stream. I'd be amped about that shit. Totally amped about it.
How magical.
Let me let's see. Any luck? Nope. So we got one more chance at this to get another battle badge. This is just atrocious. Now we got 45 of these unstable convergiums, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it constantly just stops on mine. Like, especially like if I'm out in the world doing the hunt for that shit. Yo, that shit's terrible then. And it's definitely just, it never even ever comes down. You know what? I ain't even gonna wait. Let's just jump right into that. Let me take a look real quick here. Like, if you're playing a Spider-Man, you could legitimately see in this game why you would want to have that damn dodge rate, because that dodge rate there is going to set off your Spider-Man, especially if you're able to get the 6-star battle badges. I don't know too many people that actually have the 6-star battle badges. I mean, the Tyrant one is pretty good because you're doing super villain damage, which is great for, you know, bosses like, you know, when you're playing Blitz and Raid, but I think that dodge rate is going to start coming in. Like, you can see my dodge rate isn't even that high. I'm at 44.7% dodge rate. My max damage rate isn't even capped out either, so I got some work to do on these to roll some good stats. Did it kill him? Because, like, I haven't had that ball kill me. Well, I lie. The first day that I did it, and I did a video for that, that the ball killed me. But that was during a story mode. That was the only time that I ever got killed by that fireball. Otherwise, it only seems to do like about 60% damage to my health. So I don't really know what's up with that. Like, I feel like the ball should be something that kills you. And if you remember, I showed you guys Marvel Future Fight, and I showed you Dormammu dropping that same ball, same exact ball, even though he was like dropping damn near Earth-size ball on you for his animation, his T3. He dropped that same ball. Like, I keep telling everybody, you want to see something about this game and see what's going on with it and where it's probably headed, look at Marvel Future Fight, because all they're really doing is like improving pieces from Marvel, you know, from Marvel Future Fight, and that's how you're gonna be able to tell what's going on with Marvel Future Revolution. This is real. This is real. So this should be easier to beat him. Like I told you guys, you can automatically tell, like, and this is a problem too that they need to address with these modes, because most of your high-end players have come to figure this out, that the HP of the villain that you're facing, whether it's Blitz or Raid, yeah, they're only reflective of how many players come in. So like, if I get 4 players, his HP is going to be higher. If it's just 1 player, his HP lower. So it almost makes sense for me to run the Raid and the freaking Blitzes and stuff like that solo. Yeah, Jai, I thought that the story mode Dormammu was way more difficult than the actual Blitz one, which is weird, because like his health pool seemed to last longer, and the damage that he was hitting for, especially with like these spikes that were dropping out of the sky, his bolts that he shot out, they were way more difficult than what this Blitz mode is. Like, I had to actually pay attention in the story, and I don't think that was because of my, you know, my levels or anything either.
A simple spell should do.
So you guys should see the attack now, since I'm solely in here. You should see the attack that I'm talking about inside there. Because I don't think I'll do enough damage to him to skip that part of it. Maybe I will. So so it didn't do any damage. The ball dropped on him and did no damage to him. It's too fucking funny. Let's see, will I get that 6-star battle badge? Any 6-star battle badges today? No. No 6-star battle badges. You like can't make this shit up. Like, Jesus Christ. You can't beat him at 650, Jai? Well, you know, that are you getting stuck at that last part where he's able to do that big whole screen area attack where it looks like he's like summoning, like, I don't know what the hell it's called, but it looks pretty cool, but it definitely does a lot of damage. And it doesn't seem like you have nearly enough dodges either. So we got dismantled. You see there was like quite a few bullcrap badges inside here. So we got about 52 battle badges. 54. All right, let's run over to raid. I have no need for the orange ones. There's not a lot of specializations inside Doctor Strange's pool for these, like the increase the ultimate gauge recovery. Like his gauge is his ultimate is not really that important in my opinion, and then this one right here decreasing is just not that important for Doctor Strange. So it's like one of those things that I don't really run multiple ofs. But you can see I'm using 2 purples, so it's always like days to day. This raid gets run multiple times for me. Iron Man, like, so my thoughts about dodge jai is that, like I showed, I did some videos where I literally did the comparison. I think dodge, critical rate, and critical damage are going to be some of those skills. Like, so my thought process on the way the game is right now, I'm gonna start this battle. My main thought process on the way the game is right now is that dodge rate, defense, pierce, critical rate, critical damage, and attack are going to be the main primary skills that are going to be needed to be boosted up. The defensive pierce I always looked as being important, and now players are starting to see that as panning out, and that defensive pierce is important. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have started it. I hope these guys got some damage values. We'll skip this. So guys, on the raids, just to kind of help speed them up, I will use these from time to time. I'm running low on these actually. I'm not doing it to, I don't use those necessarily to kind of, you know, inflate my numbers compared to anybody else's. I just do it so that way I can kind of help speed up the damage, because Loki, you can actually defeat him in one pass before he does his annoying ass ult sword drop as well. But anyways, dodge I think is going to be one of those skills for everybody that's important, because I told when the game first came out, I said defense never mattered in any of Netmarble's games. Like, even if you played like 7 Deadly Sins, I logged back into that last night again, and it's just never been one of those skills that's like ever been important in Marble's games. So when I saw that stat and saw different ways to increase it, I just don't see it being important. And so everybody's going to want to have dodge rate, so that way the dodge can at least be max capped in some way, whether you're getting it maxed out from uniforms, whether you're getting it maxed out from cards. You're going to want to have that max dodge rate capped out at some point, some way. Trust me, it's going to be important. Like, I'm talking about, like, if you were to look at every single okay, let's get the fuck out of here. If you were to look at every single one of my characters that I have built inside Marvel Future Fight, every single one of those characters have 3 stats maxed out: critical rate, critical damage, and max dodge rate. Critical rate and dodge rate are pretty much, in my opinion, king skills, and I'm dying to see how they play out inside, you know, this game. Oh shit. Iron Man packs a punch though. Like, he does. Like, I'm not a fan of Iron Man Jai biasly, so I think he's a good character in the game, but I'm just not a fan of him, so I don't really, I don't have as much vested inside of him to try to figure him out, because I'm typically not an Iron Man fan, if I'm being honest with you. Comic books, television, whatever you want to put him in, I've never really quite been a fan of him. So, but I think facing him, he's not a character I like seeing inside the Dimension duels, that's for sure. I hate seeing him inside Omega War, that's for sure. So, like, if I see Iron Man, I'm typically like, and I got to face off against him, I typically feel like I'm gonna lose, but because he does some serious damage. All right, so we got 227 and 8. That's not bad. So we're gonna go again. I think for me, this is one of the places I always spend my crystals, guys, just so you know. Like, I think this is like the one place that you want to be like, yo, I'm gonna spend some crystals, because these specializations, regardless of whether or not it's gonna be used for this character or another character, you're gonna need those specializations. And at this point in the game, I'm kind of like trying to like Doctor Strange is obviously going to be one of my main characters, but the way this game is set up, I feel like I'm going to have to be looking more at like what characters I'm exactly wanting to really invest in, because I don't want to get bored of playing the same character day in and day out. So I want to have multiple characters that I can like cherry pick from and go here and go there and be like, you know, okay, well, today I want to play as, you know, Thor. Tomorrow I want to play as Doctor Strange. You know, today I want to play as, you know, Wolverine or something like that. Like, I don't know. That's typically the way I look at it, but we'll see. Jesus Christ, nobody's joining it. All right. So typically while that shit is loading, one of the good things that I'll do is if that stuff's loading, don't sit there inside that raid pool. I'll typically go out. And so for instance, where is he at? Most wanted. I got to go see Lazarel. Anyways. So I'm going to jump out and I'll load in while I'm looking for Lazarel, because sometimes it is hard to find players for that raid. So, oh, look, my man's already available. All right. So since he's already available, I'll just go over and target him. Hopefully nobody's over there attacking his ass. If you're playing inside this area, make sure you guys have potions, because even at my level, I'm sitting at like 1,000,000 power level, something like that, and 108. These guys still pack a hell of a punch. Like, these motherfuckers will like murk your ass in a minute. Like I left it over here playing and just like, you know, just farming inside the area, because if I'm doing this where I'm doing the hunt for these characters, I'll just literally just leave it be, so that way I'm not like, you know, I'm not doing anything with it in the area. And so that way I'm just inside one of the spawn zones, and if the characters will just keep spawning, then I'll get it, which I feel is like the detriment of this game, right? Like I feel like they haven't taken into account that where we should be spending the most of our time is inside this open world environment over here, not inside the game modes outside of the open world. It's just weird. Jai, trust me, keep working on, I just saw your comments. Keep working on building up that dodge. Like, it's going to be important. I feel like it's going to be important. Let's beat Lazarel at least, and then we'll load up for the raid. Log, claim. Because imagine if these bosses that were here right now dropping, like Lazarel drops in and he's a field level boss. But we know Lazarel has an ability to maybe drop some of the regional gear from here, like the Dark Domain gear piece from here. I think a lot more people would be in here farming these bosses, right? And having like it be a concerted effort. Imagine if the appearance of Dormammu gave you an increased percentage of like one of those Dark Domain gear pieces dropping. So like the way it worked inside Marvel's inside excuse me guys, inside Black Desert Online, right? It was that if I got inside here, so we'll load up for the raid right now. We always get that card. So the way it worked inside Black Desert Online, which I think dealt with it the best in terms of like MMO RPGs, is that, yeah, Larry, this zone is hard. What's up, Mohammed? And hello, Panda 25. I'm trying to see what your icon is there, Panda. Like your little icon there. But if they imagine if that they had it inside here, so that way when you did this, you basically were getting an increased pool chance, because we had world bosses inside inside Black Desert Online. And basically players would gather up on a time basis, and you would go to those world bosses, and you knew that your damage values basically equated to a rating for you to get a drop. And if you didn't get a drop from the boss, right? So if the boss doesn't drop anything, you would get like the actual box, or you know, the piece of gear that you're looking for, the boss gear, then you would get a token, right? Like, and that token would be like a bit of that token would be like a bit of things. And basically, like, once I gained 100 of those tokens from that boss, I could then go and exchange those, so that way I could get that piece of boss gear. I feel like that's what they should do to this game. So all these lower level bosses would have like a lower chance of dropping that regional gear inside the area, but if you didn't get it, maybe you got 1 or 2 tokens. And then if, depending on your level, the same way the Dormammu event is kind of working, and then if you found Dormammu and you fought Dormammu, then he would have a higher chance, maybe like a 25% chance of dropping that box. But otherwise, yeah, Muhammad, hit me with the question. I'm reading. Panda, have you played PGR? It's a character from that game. Oh, what's PGR, Panda? What's that stand for? What is that? Personal? What is that? Why is it PG? I don't know what that game is, Panda. If you tell me what it is. Jesus, nobody wants to join in on raid. Well, I still got malicious ones to do. Actually, we'll just skip over to his ass because I think I'm the only one in the area right now. Oh, Punishing Grey Raven. Okay. No, I haven't played that game. I know what you're talking about, though. Notice, guys, too, right? This is the only freaking zone that actually requires you to use these gateways because of the way it put up. Thanks, Arch. I appreciate it. So your main is Doctor Strange while you're leveling. You love Black Widow's playstyle. Got you. Should you switch? This is the problem that I feel, Muhammad, that they put in the game, is that they make you choose that kind of question, right? It's kind of weird that they would put you in that position where you should choose that, because their effort should really be to get you to just play all of the characters and be able to equip all those characters. So here goes my thing, right? My Doctor Strange is invested in as free to play. To be honest, I didn't spend money on this game because I don't feel there's a good value in the shop. I 100% agree with you on that, Muhammad. I would suggest that you stay as Doctor Strange. I think that Black Widow's playstyle is more akin to, like, if you're a PvPer and you really like PvP, then I would say, you know, go with Black Widow. But if you want an all-around character, then I feel like you should stick with Doctor Strange. Black Widow overall in the long end, I think that she's probably going to be one of those characters that will fall off in terms of, like, if they don't manage the characters right, that it won't be there. But check it out, so that way you'll get what I'm saying. I think Doctor Strange, though, is going to give you the most value per content across the board, so I would stick with him. But if you really love Black Widow, play who you really love, because otherwise you're not going to play the game anyways. Finbar, thank you so much on a congratulations. Like I told you, I saw your channel. Hey guys, go check out Finbar's channel. He's trying to grow his YouTube content, and I appreciate the support, so I'm going to support other creators as well. If you got a channel, just go ahead and name it in the bottom. Finbar is young man over there trying to do his thing. Create content that you enjoy, Finbar. Remember that. Create content that you enjoy. Azruban says most of the people faced major issues in lag with mid-range mobiles and high-end mobiles also. If you've got 3 Hydra, I'm gonna address what you're saying, Bazarbrand, but Muhammad, if you've got 3 Hydra gear on your Strange, then there's no reason for you to switch. Like 100%, don't switch. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the problem with the game and why they're trying to add the conversion tool, because if you got 3 Hydra gear on your Strange, but you fall in love with Black Widow, yeah, you suck. You're crap because you setting yourself back. 3 Hydra gear on Strange, I wouldn't switch. Bazarban, yeah, I know what you're saying about that. Like, this game definitely has a it can drain that phone pretty quickly, and it does have problems. So it's weird, but yeah, I get what you're saying on there. It's definitely hurts you. What did you say? That you used to be Marvel Future Fight player, by the way, played Marvel. Why'd you stop? I still play the game. I'm not happy about the new dev note that they listed, but I still play. Marvel Future Fight is always near and dear to my heart. Like if you if you want to be honest, most of the time while I'm playing this, on my second screen I have Marvel Future Fight up and I'm playing that game. So I'm usually typically always playing both of those games at the same time. Otherwise on my second screen I'm playing like Black Desert or something like that. Black Desert. Destiny always has a problem when I try to dual screen it. Panda said Black Widow has big numbers. I'm 664k Black Widow. All depends on how far you are. When I switched from Doctor Strange to Black Widow, it took me a week to catch up. My Doctor Strange was on. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Panda, is like you were at 350k, right? Did you have 3 gears on there? Bazarbon says favorite MFF only forever. Yeah, bro, I've been playing that game for the only time I didn't play the game was the first year of development. But if you remember when Marvel Future Fight came out first, it had that that bleed over where it was basically like you were Gazillion's Marvel Heroes Omega was out, and I still to this day think that Marvel Heroes Omega was a terrible shafting by Marvel Games. It was such great ARPG content, and the way they handled the characters and the content in that game was awesome. And I feel like that boiled down to mismanagement by companies and Marvel Games, and it just kind of felt bad to me. But I didn't play it that first year because I was still playing Marvel Heroes Omega. I was pretty dedicated to that game. And then yeah, I switched over after that first year, and I've been playing Marvel Future Fight ever since. And it's messed up to say this. This is really messed up to say this, but I feel like, you know, they know they got me locked in, and they know that a lot of player base is like that with some of the Marvel content. So it's kind of weird. But back to what you were saying, Panda, when you're at that power level where you're 355, I think it's easier to switch over from characters, like especially like if you were at there, because then it's not going to take you up. But it's really hard once you start like, would you switch from your Black Widow to like a new character now? Be harder, right? Like I don't think that you'd probably make that same investment. Oh shit, I got killed. Wow. Okay, I gotta believe. Hey guys, when this happens right here, where you see that your character is where Loki does this shit, stop attacking, because that's what you're doing. You're attacking your other players. I'm pretty positive that's the way that works. Yeah, Mohammed, I agree. Marvel Future Fight just has a special place in my heart. It really does. And the good part about it is that you can be free to play in that game. I think that, you know, people sleep on that, but you can be free to play on that game without very much worries. Because the modes that separate pay to play versus the free to play and the whales in that game, they're pretty big. So like, I mean, you never have to see Alliance Conquest, which is the main whale mode inside that game, right? And so you never have to see it. It's really good. Your Strange is 515 only, by the way, even though 3 Hydras and 1 Xander. If you like her, you know, be prepared, because they're going to come out with the conversion method, the conversion tool, probably in the next update. Because I think that the reason why they're really trying to introduce that conversion method, if I had to wager, I guess, is because they know Magic is coming out. Who's going to actually switch over to Magic when, you know, you've invested so much money into this other character? Like, even if you look at some of the top whales in the game right now, you know, like Half Send and Darth Microtransaction and you know, Kraken Null, there's some really good players and some really good whales out there, and you'll look at some of those characters and you'll notice right away they do not have multiple characters listed like that. Yeah, and that's a long time, right, Panda? That's an extremely long time to be like, you've got to invest a whole month in order to, you know, make up for that time, and then you're losing out on time to play other content. You're losing out on it's just it's a hard sell. And this is why I said, like, I think the player base, I know there's a large player base that are like, yeah, you know, we really need this conversion tool method. guys, I'm trying to be adamant as possible. The community needs to be collectively on the same grounds, and what we don't need is the conversion method. What we need is them to just improve the drop rate. Because Panda, imagine if you had that freaking Black Widow and you were like, yeah, I just want to spend a little bit extra time working on, you know, my Doctor Strange, or Muhammad was like, well, I've got my Doctor Strange all the way up here, but I want to spend time on my Black Widow and maybe catch her up and see what is going on. So I'll use my Doctor Strange to complete this higher level content, and I'll do this while I build up my Black Panther, that Black Widow. That would make more sense than, you know, having to have a conversion method. I love World Boss Legend. That, like, there's not a day inside Marvel Future Fight that I don't play World Boss Legend. Like, I don't care if it's the daily or not, I'm playing World Boss Legend. Mostly right now I'm playing Mephisto, not so much Null as much right now. I'm on Omega Flight, so I was on the I VPN the first day into Omega Flight, and I've been on that server. So and you have to recognize that also puts me in a bad position too, because literally being on Omega Flight, I'm around a bunch of whales already as is, so it's definitely a little bit different. But yeah, Bazron, that's the other good thing about a game. Like, you're 100% right. That is a good thing about Marvel Future Fight. They always stay within the movie content, and so whenever movies are released, there it goes. Marvel Future Fight, like they just announced, Marvel Future Fight is the #1 Marvel game currently on mobile platforms. So it's beating out all of the games to include Marvel Future Revolution at this point. So it's kind of weird. So I don't see that game going anywhere. I'm glad that it's not, because I really like it. Yeah, exactly, Muhammad. Working on two characters, it's just not viable, man. Like, you can't work on two characters. You're gonna have two weak characters, so you're gonna be losing out in Omega War. You're gonna be losing out in Dimension Duels. Like, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Why didn't they start the battle already? Who the hell are they waiting on? I'm just gonna start this battle. I don't know why they waiting on this. So typically, guys, this is what I'm doing. Like, you know, like when you're playing the game, trying to maximize the time, but you can see how much time it is because I'm waiting for a Dormammu to spawn. I'm waiting for Dormammu for my most wanted. I'm waiting for Dormammu, you know, whatever, for the event as well to spawn inside here. Panda, you should. That game's the shit, man. I like Marvel Future Fight. There's a lot of game modes. There's the story mode in there. As you know, MMOs by themselves on most days they're repetitive. So like being mad because of an MMO, calling an MMO repetitive is like saying I don't recognize what I sat down for. But the game mode inside, the story mode inside Marvel Future Fight, especially the way they redesigned it, yo, that shit's legit, and it's rewarding. It's got some good rewards inside there. Like what they get, Hyperion is getting a goddamn T3. I did my video the other day. Oh man, I did my video on the third update the other day, and I let go of the fact that yeah, one of the things that I was looking at, Beast Mode, I think it was Beast Mode Gaming, and he was talking about it, and he was like, Hyperion's getting a T3 in his Phoenix uniform. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever, since he didn't do anything with the Phoenix uniform and Into the Phoenix. Made no sense that he's getting a T3 off of that, but he is. So I hope the God is good. But the problem, Bazruban, with that is that he's getting that T3, right? But he's an exclusive character, so I don't think that's going to make a lot of free-to-play players happy. Exactly, Muhammad. Like, I could literally build every character, at least 2 or 3 of the meta characters from each update, and they're releasing so many characters now. Like, we're over 200. They might be far. You might be right in terms of the global market. They might be far from MCOC, because MCOC has killed it. Like, that game was too expensive for me to keep up with. MCOC, like people complain about this game, but MCOC, Marvel Contest of Champions, if you guys haven't played it, it's pretty much a 3D fighter. Yeah, man, that game's expensive. It got way too expensive for me to keep up with.
This will all be over soon.
Bazzer Bomb's like, yeah, I'm only installing this shit every now and again. To be honest with you, I'm not even that excited about Magic coming out. Like, I felt like they should have like, Magic is such a character that's like, I feel like you're gonna get some players that even are aware of who Magic but coming off of the movie where it was before, I was like, dude, for real? Like, they just did the movie, and Anya Taylor-Joy played the character Magic in there, and that movie did poorly. But I mean, it was done by Fox Studios, so you could only expect but poor numbers anyways, right? But I don't really see how that game's gonna work out in terms of it, so I don't know. I think they should give away 5 bios for Hyperion inside there. There are other ways that you can get bios for Hyperion right now, so it's not necessarily a hard line requirement. Why is my character still attacking? I'm over here trying to get him to stop attacking. I'm going to kill my squad. Yep, I killed somebody. I'm pretty sure I killed somebody. Who did I kill? Did I kill somebody? No, okay. Well, maybe I did. I think they should, but you can get bios and people should be going into it. But the problem is getting more bios to level him up. Like, you would literally need... You think... What? Are you serious? King, seriously. You think Marvel Future Revolution and Marvel Future Fight is way more expensive? I don't know, man. I thought that game was way too freaking expensive, King. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you, man. I think that game, like, if I'm being perfectly honest, I think Marvel Future Future Revolution is 100% expensive. 100%. But the funny thing about it is pay attention to this though, right? So I haven't mentioned this yet inside any of my videos. The things that are really, really expensive in this game, right, is literally those I think I got one more reward for this year. I got one more reward. The things that's really expensive in this game is really the special costumes. So like, it's the Rise of the East, the Steampunk, and the Eyes of Osiris, right? Those are expensive as hell, right? But Marvel Future Fight, you can get through that game 100% free to play. Cynic Alex, Beast Mode Gaming, what's his name from Vietnam? Goddamn, there's been a few content creators for that game who have literally showed that you can catch up a good free to play account inside Marvel Future Fight and go completely 100% free to play because of the rewards that they give out inside that game, and pretty much catch up to the current meta in terms of playing, your normal standard run through content. Because remember, most of the modes inside Marvel Future Fight, is pretty much a PvE, standalone game. It's not like this where you feel like you're competing against other players. Like, whether or not you can complete content is 100% inside Marvel Future Fight, depending upon just your game time and investment inside there. Inside Marvel Future Revolution, this is the problem with like Godzilla Nader. There you go. Thank you, Bazarban. But like in Marvel Future Revolution, and Marvel Contest of Champions, you're constantly feeling like you're competing to stay with the grouping, the meta, because it's a multiplayer game. You don't ever feel that inside Marvel Future Fight. It's really weird. Yeah, Marvel Contest of Champions, I felt like so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So here goes a bit of history, right? When Marvel Contest of Champions came out, I immediately started playing that game. And in the first month, I got so addicted to playing that game because it was like, one with combat, that I swear to God, man, I spent about, like, when I look at like the whales in this game, I spent like almost $1,500 inside that game. Not kidding you. And then they started doing some really weird, down dirty shit, and I was like, yo, I submitted to the store and I got most of my money back, and I left the account after that because it was just that bad. Marvel Contest of Champions is pretty expensive. That's not to say that you couldn't. The problem is, I don't think that inside Marvel Contest you can play free to play inside You can't. So King, you're right. You can play free to play inside there to get a character, but I don't think that you can keep up with the meta in that game by being free to play. I just don't think that's a possibility. But that's my opinion, and I haven't played the game in years, so I can't really say yay and nay on that. So, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong on that. Oh, I use all my available rewards. Okay. But that's just my opinion. So if that's something we could talk about, King, when we actually do our conversation. What we got? Hey, what's up, Mark Tang? Mind if I ask you if you have a 6-star badge drop in Blitz after the update? I've been playing Blitz on Maestro and didn't drop 6-star badge. That's weird that you haven't gotten 6-star badges from Maestro. But that's the problem, Mark. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the drops inside Maestro are harder, because I've literally not been able to go back to freaking to Maestro Blitz, because I've been farming freaking the 105 Blitz, the Arcane Power Blitz for Dormammu. And that's the sucky part about what they did. My hero power level is sitting about 1.1 million. NARS, yeah, my power levels. Your VIP 16 in Marvel Future Fight. There's a whole YouTuber that's in the meta. YouTubers. Yeah, but King, go look inside. So I think I'm VIP 20 inside Marvel Future Fight. Yeah, I think I'm VIP 20 inside Marvel Future Fight. I to be honest with you, I don't even look at my VIP level inside Marvel Future Fight. Let me see if I can pull up Marvel Future Fight without messing up the stream. We'll see if I can show it to you. But me and you gonna have this conversation, King. We're gonna square up on this. Hopefully we can do it like next week sometime, and we can square up on this, because I think that there's interesting points, but I don't feel like you have to pay. And I think there's so many YouTubers who are in the content creation that have shown you can do free to play accounts on Marvel Future Fight without doing it. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, like so we just ran through the Blitz, I think, before you jumped in, and I literally got trash inside there, bro. Like, I got one 5-star battle badge, and the one that I did get was complete garbage. So like, I don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. They need to improve these drop rates. You know, players are all happy about, conversions, and I'm like, can't do that. No, Panda, I didn't see that screenshot. A 1.7 million Doctor Strange without full nanos? What the hell do they have invested in to get to 1.7 million? Like, I mean, like, Half Send is sitting at like 1.5, and I think he's got a full nano on his Iron Man. Your Cersei? Oh, you ready for her then when she dropped? When that Eternals drop, you were ready. I don't know who I got at one. I don't think I have any 1-rank characters inside Marvel Future Fight, because I won't play that system to game it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about if you play Marvel Future Fight. Yeah, but your squad rank would have to be hella high, like what, like 200 or something like that to have a 1.7? Well, I guess you could get it up there if you did do that, because your squad rank matters a lot inside Marvel Future Revolution. It matters more than just about any other stat in the game, in my opinion. So, Mark, when we say that 6-star badge drop rate is trash, I think that's like the understatement, bro. That this is like ridiculous. It's like the understatement. There is no drop rate right now on these 6-star badges. I've run probably about 70 of the Dormammu Blitz, and I haven't seen a 6-star battle badge yet. It's just like shit's non-existent. All right, so this is going. Let's jump into special operations. Yeah, we'll jump into special operations. I hate the fucking special operations where you gotta collect all the freaking civilians. I hate that goddamn mode. Like, I think it's the stupidest mode. Like, why did they add that? I got collect civilians. I like the arena one where I just gotta survive the waves and kill off the waves. I think that's what special operations should be. Just wave mode. Survive for 10 minutes. See who does the most damage out of the pool. Work together, and that's it. That's all special operations should be. That other one where I gotta go collect up other players and run around. I'm like, yo, bro, no, I'm good on that one. Bro, you know they're gonna fuck up Wolvie. is there any way in the world that you think Wolvie is not gonna get screwed up after all of the costumes that they did to him? Nah, they gonna fuck him up and piss off people. Nah, Muhammad, the squad rank still matters. Like, to be honest with you, I think it's probably outside of your costumes, I think it's probably the single most important thing that you do inside this game, which is why a lot of players literally said, you know what, you 100% need to be engaged in leveling up other characters. You don't need to level them up in terms of like getting specializations on them, getting badges on them, but at least level them up to get them through the story, because that squad rank will change players completely. Like when magic comes out right now, if you've leveled up all your other characters, when magic drops on day one, if you've gotten your squad rank up because of those characters and you're above like 150 squad ranks, you'll literally have 100,000 base character, magic. What we got? Oh, you got Hyperion at level. My Hyperion, bro, is sitting at level 60. Like, I hated everything about that character from the day that he was introduced into the comic universe. And to be honest with you, unless he's just absolutely groundbreaking meta, which will piss me off, King. If Hyperion ends up being groundbreakingly meta, and they screwed over Blue Marvel the way he did, and they make him groundbreaking, man, I'll be pissed off. I'm gonna be 100% honest. So I might not level him up to tier 3 just because of that. Like, nah, man, I'm pissed about that. I'm dead ass pissed, because Blue Marvel I was looking forward to ever, and yeah, they did that. So, but yeah, you need inside Marvel Future Revolution, Muhammad, you go back and level up your characters. It's highly important that you do that, man. I couldn't suggest a more important thing inside this game that you need to be doing than leveling up that character as soon as possible, man. It's really, really important. Trust me. You will see it pay off dividends in terms of your character level. But see, Elon, I think the thing they're complaining about is they consistently complain about crystals. They're consistently complaining about the crystals to the value of the costumes that get released. But you got to look at it. When that Marvel releases a game like 7 Deadly Sins, or they release a game like Marvel Future Revolution, and you got dudes paying $75 for a costume inside here. Meanwhile, you're only asking them for like 10, 12 bucks inside of Marvel Future Fight, and people are complaining about that. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have some kind of complaint there. You know what I mean? It's just the weirdest thing. And so everybody's like, improve the daily crystals, improve the daily crystals. And maybe they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. Oh, man, we got that stupid ass mode. I hate this one. Like, dead ass guys, I hate this mode immensely. So I don't hate the mode. I hate this spec op mission. Give me a second so that way I can just auto attack to some of these people. I'm not really worried about what my values are inside here. So Bazubon says he's got, yeah, they definitely destroyed the badge collection. It's terrible. They need to fix it immediately. Hopefully they figure out a way. Really good build, not like physical, tactical build for Cersei, 20 energy attacks, ESO, Power Ranger Hulk. What ESO are you gonna, what CTP are you gonna give her? Yeah, King, I can't complain with you about that. The day-to-day rewards are trash. They're in Netmarble games in general. The day-to-day rewards don't match up with what the values are. But I think that people have to recognize that there's a free-to-play thing, free-to-play aspect. If I just gave you everything so that way you could level up everything by being a free-to-play player, where am I making my money? No game is free to make. No game is free to make, and if you want new content, that means that developers have to be, so they have to generate some way for people to be paying for something. This is why that whale to free-to-play player relationship is so symbiotic, because you need that. People want to be able to play this, they want to be able to play that, and it's kind of important that that happens. So if they just gave you enough crystals where you could just openly purchase costumes, you kind of be screwed, because they probably wouldn't sustain that game for very long. Just wouldn't happen. Muhammad, when I say that squad rank is that important, yeah, it's that important, bro. Like, you only leveled up Iron Man and Black Widow. Get those other characters leveled up. Like, you will see how much of a difference it will make. You will see it. A3 still alive. Patch. Like, it's like, so King, my perspective on the complaints that people have when they talk about the daily rewards and stuff like that in games in general is that in some respect you kind of immediately note that people aren't really given that full weight and value to understanding, like, hey, look, this is what I've got in terms of the game, right? So I'm free to play. I'm not paying for anything. I've got to basically pay with what's given to me. If they just gave everything outright to you, where it was going to be like, well, we had enough crystals that way you can just buy one full costume immediately upon release of the game, then you would look for the most meta character that comes in each update, because you know you're going to have enough monthly crystals, and that'd be the end of it. You would look for that one meta character, you would build it up, and now you stick around inside the meta. But now the game developer makes no money, because you would wait for Beast Mode, you would wait for Cynic Alex, you would wait for me, you would wait for these other Gazillinator, you would wait for all these characters, all these other YouTube creators to say, you know what? Yeah, man, you know, Crescent wasn't that good, even though it gave her a new uniform. Don't purchase that. Luna Snow didn't have any of those good changes. They were minimal. Or you wait for the data mine to happen, and the data mine happens, and people look at the data mine and be like, yeah, this character's not good, that character's not good. And then what you end up with is players be like, well, I hoarded all my monthly crystals because they were enough for me to purchase that one costume, and now I'm going to wait on all these other costumes because now I can pick this costume to purchase, stay with inside the meta, and now I have no worries about it. So it's like, it's weird. You literally, you draw such a fine line with, you know, trying to generate revenue for the game while also trying to, you know, entice free-to-play players to stick around. It's just it's a weird thing. But regional costumes, so cost and draw. In this game, the cost is way overboard. But think about that in this game, right? People are doing draws at 1,800 crystals. So I'll give you the perfect example, right? People in this game are doing draws inside the game at 1,800 crystals in this game. 1,800 crystals is about $30 inside Marvel Future Revolution, right? And people are still doing draws for not a whole costume. They're doing draws for individual costume pieces. Not whole costumes, individual costume pieces. Netmarble inside Marvel Future Fight will say, we're going to release a whole costume to you. It's a complete package deal to you that you have to build up in some way, shape, or form later on, right? But it's a full package deal. And that costume usually only costs you somewhere between, like, I think it's like $12 to $15 basically, because it's like, they, you know, the costume starts off at like 1,750 crystals, but then they give you the 40% discount upon release, and then it's like, it basically works out to like some, like, you know, 1,300 crystals or something like that. I can't remember what the exact cost is, but so in this game, and it's a big difference, because people will play Marvel Contest of Champions, and we know how much the draws inside Contest of Champions are. They ain't cheap, especially when you start wanting to build up a character. So this is like, you can grind, but who's really about that grind in order to keep up with the meta? Because that's the difference, is you're comparing whether or not you can keep up with the meta for what you paid versus whether you're free to play and you're just dragging along. You're not keeping up with the meta inside Marvel Contest of Champions unless you're paying. It's not happening. In this game, you're damn sure as hell not keeping up with the meta if you're not paying. That's just the truth of the matter. Like, I haven't cracked the top 100 one time in this game. Not once. We'll see if it happens, but I doubt it.
Simple spell should do.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, they came out with that Stark Stash, and the Stark Stash only cost you $4 or something like that. And that roughly works out to about like 75 crystals a day with the Stark Stash, and it's $4 freaking dollars. And people complaining about that. Like, you're talking about, like, the way I always do that is I'll literally look at the game and say, this costume piece right here is, or, you know, like, this is the crystal cost. This is how many hours of gameplay I got out of the game. If the hours of gameplay that I got out of the game matches what I value my time and my dollar at, then good. So if I played Marvel Future Fight for 10 hours a day, I don't really play it for that many, but if I played it for like 3 hours a day, and I play it pretty much probably about 3 hours a day every day. So that's literally 7 days a week, 21 hours, right? In a week. If you went out and you purchased a major video game, a AAA title game, and you purchased that game at $60, and those games only pretty much guarantee you, especially nowadays, they only pretty much guarantee you maybe like 15 to 20 hours of gameplay. It's weird, right? Like, that's the way it is. Alliance Shop is really good for free to play to get costumes, Sakar region. Is it? I haven't noticed that, if I'm being honest, Bazuban. Yeah, we will have to have that conversation. We have to have that conversation, King, because like I said, I'm going by what I was doing for Marvel Contest of Champions 3-4 years ago. I know that they said they were changing a lot of stuff. They've had at least 2 or 3 times where whales and free-to-play players have revolted against them because of the cost of stuff, like legitimately revolted against them. So I would like to see. Yeah, it's always like, that's the point. It's always going to be about like dollar to dollar value. But like, I pointed that out in this game where I'm like, you know, what's available to you inside this shop isn't necessarily worth it to you, because what's available to you in this shop, you're like legitimately looking at it and going, yeah, I'm not making, my dollar isn't giving it. So I don't know, but you would have to show me inside there. Like, we can do our Discord conversation. You have to show me, because from what I remember the game, that wasn't the case. What you were getting for your dollar inside Marvel Contest of Champions wasn't equivalent. And maybe that'll get me back into the game if it is that way. But that game has so many deep systems into it that every time I download that bitch, I get overwhelmed and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to continue with this. Let me jump inside this Alliance shop real quick so I can see what my man Bazuban is talking about. Yo, Bazuban, what are you talking about, dude? So I'm inside my Alliance shop, right? Oh, you talking about this one right here for the regional costume materials? Yeah. To be honest with you, Bazuban, I don't use those because, like, so here goes the deal, right? I have to talk about this, guys. So there's a big thing in the community about emulator use, right? And whether or not you, let's be fucking frank about it. I'm gonna try to be frank about this without saying stuff, right? Yeah, I know about the costume selection box. Like, you're literally talking about me going inside the Alliance shop and me going here and you purchase the costume material selection here and basically getting the costume reward. So I'll show everybody on video what it is. So I can purchase that box and I can go inside here, open up my inventory, and this will give me a selector for all of the, these are all of the different regional costume gear mats, the mats for the selection. This one right here is for Sakar, this one's Midgardia, this one is Xander, this one is Hydra, and this is New Stark City. So I can select those, right? So let's select the tail of the sand. Now I'm going to show you guys something, right? So what you would have to do inside this shop though to get items, right, is you basically go inside here, and we'll go to my squad, my storage, so I can show you where I've have my collections, because this is pretty much where I collect items at, right? So you can see right here, you can see Bazruban how much of those materials I've collected, right? Because the game has pretty much now funneled me into Sakaar, right? You can also see how many of the sin particles I have as well. You can see how much of Midgardia and everything, because the game has essentially funneled me into those areas. So it's kind of weird, right? But the deal is that you then have to convert these items, any of these two items, with your convergium and stable particles. Matter of fact, you know, I haven't done this in a while, so I don't really want to do it, but I'll do it for Bazruban, all right? So that way I can show you guys on video. Because we're going to do dimension duels, and then we'll finish it up a little bit from there, because I got to jet out for the mom. Let's see. All right, so let's go back to headquarters. And we're going to go to the workshop. There we go. Yeah, Larry, I agree with you. What? King, you lying. Ain't nowhere in the world. Like, Darkseid is my favorite character in all the world, but I know I'm playing a Marvel fucking game. So I don't get it. Somebody really said that, or are you just fucking with me? Oh yeah, I feel like you fucking with me, but like, there's no way. But anyways, guys, going to what Bazruban was saying, right? So you basically can come inside here, and this basically allows you to craft costumes, right? So like at max right now I can craft about 53. I don't want to do that, because to be honest with you, I'm not looking for the Sakaar set for my Doctor Strange, but I'll do this so that way I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So basically crafting these items is going to use 300 of these materials, and then these right here. So we can go inside there and you can see the progress. I'm going to speed up the crafting progress. It's going to cost me 360,000. Not too much of a hit for me, right? And then we'll automatically see what we get, right? We're going to get all 1 stars. So you can exactly see now all of the gear pieces that we've basically collected inside here. So you're basically in that cycle, right, of trying to get gear inside here. So when you're talking about purchasing those regional pieces from the Alliance shop and using gold to purchase those, you're literally looking at the value on purchasing those. And this is where we get into an interesting point about people using emulators to play versus people using doing their mobile phones to play, right? Like on an emulator, I could literally set a macro inside here, so that way I can farm an area and dismantle gear inside my shop, so that way I can continue to do that. That will allow me to stack up a bunch of resources and stuff like that inside there. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I won't play, you know, mince words with you about it either, because I don't want to BS anybody, right? But you're gonna get a massive amount of gear. Like I'm talking about like a massive amount of materials for that, right? Like I could generally say that on a evening basis, you would end up with something like maybe about 500 to 600 mats simply from those, and you would end up with something like almost 1,000 maybe convergium over a course of an evening if you left it on emulator. You can do this on your phone as well in terms of like playing with your phone, but you couldn't find a way to dismantle these items from your shop. So there's a big bone of contention about people using emulators to play, because that's something that you can do inside here. I don't want to show you how you can do it, because look, I don't want to violate any TOSs. I don't even know if it's in the TOS whether or not I can or can't use that, but it's one of those things. So you guys have to be considered about that. So when you look at that overall, I wouldn't necessarily say I would do it not because of that, but I wouldn't do it because I know that I've done videos, and you guys can go back in the catalog, right? And I've done videos where I've literally crafted about 30 of those individual pieces and not gotten a single piece of regional gear from there. All right, King, we still need to I'll link up with you in Discord so that way we can talk about doing that video together, because I think that'd be an interesting video with you to do. So let's link up for that. I'm gonna send you a message inside Discord. I accepted your friend invite on Discord for that, so I'll link up with you. But going back to what I was talking about, guys, but the problem is that gaining those materials and doing that stuff inside the workshop, yeah, it's just one of those things that I can't really see doing, because it's just the rewards that comes into play, the low rate drop rate of what you can get inside that workshop. Like, it even tells you right off the bat that there's a low chance to acquire, you know, that regional gear. It doesn't make a difference whether you're doing Sakar, doesn't make a difference whether you're doing a dark domain. There's a low chance to drop those. And so, for instance, like on my Doctor Strange, when I come inside here, I look at my collection for my costumes, and I go over here to like Sakar, for instance. I go over here to Sakar. This isn't a uniform I want for my Doctor Strange, for the Touch of Ashanti class skills. There's no reason for me to use that, right? Dark Domain. Now this one may, because there's an illusion magic class skill inside there, but then when I look at Savage Shadowlands, this is especially now people knowing what defensive Pierce is doing for the game, and they know how supervillain damage and is giving me a Mystic Arts class skill. This is a costume that I would want, because it's supplement, while I'm missing out on that attack and defense or attack and HP stats that are there, that defensive Pierce, that supervillain damage decrease, and the Mystic Arts class skill overall is going to be something that's beneficial to me. So you really need to play within that, you know, that realm. You know, it's like it's weird. Like, I just don't find it, that crafting shop, because of the low drop rate, like all that effort you as a mobile gamer put into generating all of those resources, and then having that low ass chance of getting, you know, crafted gear. It's bad, man. Like, they need to improve that, because if you're not playing on an emulator and you're not building macros in order to grind that stuff out, and then you go in there and you do that, you're spending a lot of time doing that. Even if you left your phone and you picking it up while you're doing something else, that's bad, man. So what's the optimal stat? What's the optimal stat to max as Doctor Strange? So for my Doctor Strange, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I've said this multiple times, because I think that people are sleeping on what cooldown decrease means. Like, every character, you can pretty much tell from their going to their enhanced potential window, what the main gearing for that character would be. So like Doctor Strange, for instance, you can see all up and down his enhanced potential that cooldown decrease is there. Doctor Strange is also built to be a PvE character, so you can see the ultimate gauge recovery is another build that's inside there. His cooldown decrease is going to be his major stat. That, along with his attack. His Mystic Art skills do the most damage. Your friend is 100% right, Muhammad, but that's across all characters. You should be maxing defensive Pierce 100% across the board for all of your characters. Defensive Pierce needs to be maxed as much as possible, and they've made it abundantly clear that they made a mistake when they were doing it, because defensive Pierce doesn't look like it was being calculated in the proper way. Like Marvel Future Fight, we know it is all defense down and, you know, and Pierce now, right? But defensive Pierce is going to be important. I would say, yeah, increase the max damage rate as well, because you notice that on my character that I've increased my max damage rate on my character. Yeah, inside the specializations on my character, you notice that, like I said to you, you know, one of those skills that you want to go into is increasing that max damage rate. Because then if you're using max damage rate paired up with your Mystic Arts class skills, now you're starting to put out some real damage, especially if you increase your critical damage and your critical rate. Doctor Strange has a lot of his Mystic Arts class skills that do a lot of things on there. So yeah, you want to invest in those. Yeah, it's exactly. It's like ignore defense inside Marvel Future Fight. But that's why I also said that right now they don't have a way for you to work around and not those defense penetrating moves. They only have a way for you to basically ignore that altogether by increasing your dodge rate, which forces other players to increase their accuracy rate. So that's why I think that dodge rate is going to be so important. You guys see that right now because I haven't been able to rework my character build for defensive pierce like some other you know, YouTubers have that, you know, basically have done you know, they basically put more money inside of it. So I'll show you guys right now inside Dimension Duel. You're probably gonna see me get wrecked inside here. Exactly, Muhammad. That's 100% it, like in this game right now. It doesn't really make a difference how much your attack is if you can't ignore the defense. And now that every player is investing in dodge rate as well, it doesn't make a difference how much your attack is if you can't ignore their defense and work around their dodge rate. So you need to work in those. Thanks, Finbar. We'll check out your channel. So we got another Doctor Strange battle inside here. He's 129 squad rank. I mean, it looked like he was 110. So Jesus, I think he said he was 110. He's 109. All right, let's take flight on this motherfucker, and then yeah, we got out of that one. I knew he was gonna attack first. Get out of that one, and immediately go for the attack. And we'll get out of that one, and then we'll go in for the attack. There we go. So I'm gonna give you guys the secrets up right now inside this game, and it's weird because I can typically get away with them inside here, but pay attention to the way that I'm attacking inside this game. Because this game does not have a what would you call it? I always like to call it the Dark Souls roll, the invincibility frames. There's no iframes in the game. Like, as soon as you summon a skill, you're locked into doing that skill. There's no way around there. Like, you pretty much have to do that skill, and none of these skills pretty much have invincibility frames. So the easiest way to mitigate things, and this is how I beat some PV players that are higher than me and in squad, and you know, made it to the master's rank in some of the events. I typically will go in, my characters, I guess he just really don't want to play. Yeah, he just didn't want to play at all. Okay, he didn't want to play. So I couldn't show it to you guys on that one. He just bailed out on that battle completely. But typically, because there's no iframes on the characters, what you want to do is you want to go inside the battle and you want to time when they're going to do their attack and use your dodge. Because if you use their dodge as you're doing your attack and then immediately follow up with an attack, they'll be locked into the animation of doing their skill, and you'll be able to attack them while they're doing the animation. And that's typically what you're looking for. I'm not kidding you. Play it through and watch it happens almost all the time. Now, the interesting part is when you get into like Black Widow, she's one of those players. This is where you got to know the other character skills though as well, right? Because like some of the animations do take time to affect, and your invincibility that you get from doing your dodge is really wacky in that regard. And this is why sometimes inside of duels I will switch over to a soul astral walk. Yeah, it's a soul walk, because I like to have that. So this will be an interesting battle, right? Because she has two abilities that you're looking to dodge. She has her electric bubble thing that she does, and then she has her power shot that she has, her sniper effect. And that's how most people have their character built for that. So what I'm looking for, right, I got to stay targeted on her, and I'm looking for that to happen, this skill right there. And that's when I want to attack her immediately. She got out of the way of it. So now this is the hard part. She just loves to get out of targeting range. I'm waiting for her other skill, but she does not want to pull it off. That skill right there, damn, she's on it. So you see, she attacked me while I was in my animation, right? I got to get the hell out of here. So she's using her dodge really effectively, and I can't really. She's using her dodge massively well. This is the problem. Got to dodge that. Can't do it. This is the problem though with dodge, and why dodge is going to be, you see what you can't move and attack, right? And characters like Black Widow and Spider-Man have that ability where they have the dodge rate, which is maxed out for them already innately. So even when they do that, they're getting the benefit of having that dodge rate, and you're working against that. This is why I said to you guys, like, if I see a Spider-Man inside PvP or Black Widow, I'm typically pissed. I'm like, probably gonna lose to that character, because even if I can time their attacks, it's hard to keep tracking locked on to the character at the same time, because Black Widow has the ability to go invisible. She has that high damage, the high dodge. She has that high dodge. Spider-Man has the high dodge as well, so it's really hard to work around those things. So yeah, he's not good in PvP. Black Widow, Spider-Man, and Iron Man are pretty much kings of that. Captain Marvel, there's been a new meta for her as well. I haven't seen a Storm in forever inside PvP. She's a little bit easier to mitigate. Her attacks just have pretty big AoEs inside of them. I haven't seen that skill for Storm used in PvP. Dodge. It's taking too long for my skills to get off right now against hers. Alright, she's running. But see, I can keep Storm locked in so I can see when she's using her skill. She's not falling for these. She's like, nope, bruh. Okay, so she's got a dodge on her. Boom. There we go. So see how easy it is for against a character like Storm, right? Because I can keep track on that character. It is so hard to keep track on it. So and that's one of the reasons why two of the skills for Doctor Strange you want to be using is Vishanti Assault and Tau of Mandalas for PvP, because both of those skills have tracking on them. But here goes the problem against Spider-Man and Black Widow. They have dodge rate, so even though it's tracking on them, I got to work around their dodge rate, which means I have to improve my accuracy rate to work those characters. So it's kind of weird. You see what I'm saying? Use preset invisible skill, Doctor Strange. I'm not sure which one that is, Bazruban. Hey, yo, Dawi. I wish I knew how to pronounce that dang name. All right, but we're on our last battle. I think we've been on this stream for a minute now. I don't even know how long we've been streaming. Damn, we almost 2 hours into the stream. All right. So this, I don't know why I got to fight this character. This sucks. Like, he shouldn't even be in the same ballpark league as having to fight me, because he's at like a 90 squad rank inside there. But it's an Iron Man, so he could be strong. Let's see what happens. Nah, doesn't look like he even cares to battle. He's already something's wrong. I think my man was lagging something fierce. I'm not sure what the heck just happened with that skill. He was lagging something fierce. Oh, it's Dave or David. Are you Brazilian, dude? Is that why you have it written like that? All right, guys. So here is what's going to happen. So all the people that are in the chat right now, I see there's like 18 of you guys watching. I appreciate all the guys that have stopped by. Did you already video open up your 155? Yeah, I did that. And we got nothing but 1 stars. It was nothing but 1 stars in all of it, Fit Boy. So for everybody that stuck around inside the video, so I'm gonna give you guys first drop on it, right? Information. Leave your name inside this video when it posts after the stream. And everybody that was inside this chat and anybody that leaves their name inside the comment sections for this video, I'm going to do a giveaway for the channel. So drop your name in there, and then a video on Monday. When is it? When are they doing the? They're doing a live stream on Monday. So right before the live stream on Monday, I'm a new subscriber is recommended on YouTube. Oh, okay, cool, bro. Nice. That's awesome. I really appreciate that YouTube is pushing it out. But that's really thanks to you guys. It's like really is thanks to you guys that I'm getting subscribers, because you guys have been active in the comment section. You guys have been active making sure that you were hitting the algorithm and it's getting worked out. So anything that hits for YouTube in terms of you guys getting it recommended because of YouTube is all thanks to the community here, which is why I want to make sure that I hook you guys up for being active inside the community. So leave your name inside the comment section, so that way I can, you know, I'm gonna basically do a raffle draft for you guys' name, and I'm gonna do a gift card giveaway for you guys. I think the last time I did it for 25. I think we'll do it for 50 this time. So leave your name, and right before the live stream with Danny Koo on Monday, I'll do that draft, and I'll post in that video my reaction, whoever has won it or whatever, while we're doing it, and that way we can give back. If you guys are not in the US, right, and you're overseas, I haven't figured out a way that I can actually give you guys gift cards. There's like no way for me to figure out, like, find out how I can do that. So if you're overseas, we're gonna have to work out something or whatever, because I don't want to leave you guys out of the conversation for it. So we'll have to work out something. When I did it with Aslan, he basically got a $25 gift card that I did off of Amazon, and I sent it to him, and he was able to just trade it with somebody he knew or something like that or whatever. So I'll work with you so that way you can get it. But yeah, I think Aslan was in India as well. Or no, he was in Malaysia. Sorry, no offense, I didn't mean that. So leave your name and your name in the comment sections once this video finishes posting. Nice. I've been to Singapore, Mark. I love Singapore. It was an amazing freaking place. Amazing place. And you guys got some beautiful women out there too. So leave your name in the comment sections below, and I'm looking forward to giving you guys something, so that way, like you said, you can keep up with the meta by at least having something inside here. So we'll do that. Google Play set. That's a smart thing right there. Dave, that's a smart thing to do right there. And so leave your name in that comment section, and I'll do the draw right before there. I gotta go visit with the mom, so she just got in with the dogs, and we'll see what's going on, guys. But I appreciate having this. Finbar, I love that you're producing content as a young man, bro. Keep at it. Produce what you want to produce. Thank you guys for being so active inside the community. Let's get this channel as big as we can. If you guys have content that you guys want to see, the channel's not going to be limited to Marvel. If I'm playing Marvel's Avengers, if I'm playing Marvel Future Fight, if I'm playing Spider-Man or any of those games Marvel related, I'm either going to be streaming it or recording it or doing something on this channel or on Twitch. So look to those channels. I don't have a schedule for when I want to stream just yet. Right now, I'm just kind of like going at it because I'm just having fun doing it. So, but if you guys have content like, I think it was Larry was asking me about 7 Deadly Sins. I went and downloaded that game. Yes, re-downloaded last night, and I was having fun playing it last night. Larry, by the way, I was having a lot of fun playing 7 Deadly Sins last night. I forgot how good the graphics on that game was and how good the gaming loop on that game was. What's up, Saeed? So like I said, just make sure you leave the comments inside the section below. Appreciate all of you guys that tuned in and watched the stream, and all of you guys in the comment section that participated. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow on YouTube as well, but I'll probably do some Marvel Future Fight for some of you guys, especially since a lot of you guys are actually playing Marvel Future Fight as well. And I'll walk through the play cycle that I usually do there. All right, guys, until next time, I appreciate it. Love and support is always great. Oh, fuck yes, I will be playing Diablo. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, I'll be playing Diablo. Trust me. Yeah, I will definitely be playing Diablo. Yes, I'm gonna do the reaction mid-month for the live stream video. Yeah, I'll be doing that as well inside there. Marvel Future Fight or MFR. Yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys plenty of content for that. I can't wait to see what they're gonna give us for Marvel Future Fight next week. I'm praying to God that we get that Black Panther uniform inside Marvel Future Fight, because his current uniform is trash. All right, guys, till next time, peace.